Whistleblowers policy is a commendable initiative, but it requires a law to be passed by the National Assembly to legitimize and institutionalize it. Right now, it's an initiative of the executive. It has legal implications, and that is why the Whistleblowers bill pending before the National Assembly ought to be passed as soon as possible, with a view particularly to protecting whistleblowers. And the law also has to set out what should be done with the money when it is recovered. From the information at my disposal, it's not just the EFCC. The last time the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation announced that it had recovered, I think, $7 million and 10 billion naira in an account. So, information is being given to the Ministry of Finance, the Office of the Attorney General, the anti-graft agencies, and I think Nigerians are beginning to take the anti-corruption fight much more seriously. For too long, they've seen people display ill-gotten wealth, all over the place. People are now beginning to find out those who are living above their means, and they are passing information to the government. I think it should be encouraged. You also have to look at the whistleblowers policy together with the BVN, program of the banks, because people can no longer keep money in coded accounts or what they call private banking or private bank accounts in the banks. They are banned, they are forced to keep the money either in sockaways or in domiciles, in rented apartments, and the rest of them. So I think the policy is acquiring its own life, in fact, beyond the expectation of the government, which is why the government is here to fully decide what percentage whistleblowers are entitled to. I'm also aware that many patriots have given information to the government without asking for any reward. For instance, I know an NGO that went to the government about 6 months ago to say the foreign companies are owing about $1 billion, which they have refused to pay to the government. The government wasn't aware. As of the last time that I made an inquiry, I was told that the EFCC has recovered up to $25 billion from the money. So a lot is going on. And the government has to come out regularly to brief Nigerians. And part of what is being suggested to the National Assembly in a holistic review of the anti-corruption war is what to do with the money being recovered. This is money that cannot be paid to the Federation account for sharing. This fund has to be put in a dedicated account. A committee of patriotic people have to be set up to manage the fund in terms of providing social services to our people. Otherwise, the money will disappear. As far as the law is concerned, there is a procedure under the Money Laundering Act and the EFCC Act. Once suspicious, transactions are being investigated and any suspected proceed of crime is acquired by the government, the EFCC is required to file an application in court for an order of interim forfeiture. Once the money is forfeited or the asset is forfeited, whoever wants to lay claim to the ownership of the money or the asset will have to file an application before the court. And if the application is found to be frivolous, the court will dismiss it and make a final order of forfeiture. And it has happened on many occasions. Even in the case of Mr. Andrew Yakubu, he couldn't prove that the money was legitimately earned, and so the court has made an order for the forfeiture of the money.